Give me the Amos 5:23. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. Right, and that's one thing that the so-called Christian churches don't understand. Okay? Mainly applying to you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and West Africans. You're not in captivity for fun. In fact, most of you don't even know you're in captivity. What you think that this is the way the world is. That's what you've been brought up to and taught. You understand? Before you get that one, give me the Romans 10 and 3. To them being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, do after their own righteousness and think that that's satisfactory to them. Okay? That's why Israelites aren't allowed in no church, because it will get melted down with the scriptures. Okay? It's not going to happen like that. Go on, read that. This is the book of Romans chapter 10, and I'll start from 1. This is Paul speaking. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel, no, for everyone. For Israel, that they might be saved. For Israel to be saved. Okay? Because in order for you to need salvation, it means that you're in trouble. Okay? And we're going to find out what you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans are going to be saved from when you ignorantly call Jesus Christ returns. Go on. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God. Right. So you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans, you have a zeal of the Most High because you are His people. That's why you're not in all different types of religion and spirituality. Okay? But the Most High is not down with that. That's why it says what? Romans 11 and 7? What then? Israel have not found that which he's seeking for. Because a lot of you into what? Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, all kinds of madness. But the elect have received it and the rest were blinded. Okay? Go on. For I bear them record that I have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Right. So you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and West Africans, you have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Okay? Mainly because the churches are breaking the scriptures down to you wrong. The main one, John 3:16. Okay? And we're going to break that down today. Go on. No, continue with that because there's more there. For them being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. Right, and that's what happens in the church. Them being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, go about to establish their own righteousness. Singing and dancing and clapping, alright? And acting a damn fool. Okay? When they come out of church, what did you learn? Oh, we didn't learn anything, but the service was good. We had some good songs. You understand? It's folly. Go on. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. Right, they have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High. Alright? That's why the churches allow women go up in there in heels and tight clothes, this and that. And the Bible, and their head uncovered. That's why the Bible says what? In Titus, that a woman's supposed to dress modestly. Okay? Give me the Isaiah 65 and 1. Come not near me, for I am holier than thou. Grab that one, and then I'll grab this one and then go back to you. Quick precept. This is John chapter 4, verse 22. You worship, you know not what. Right, so you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans, you worship, you know not what. Go on. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Right. And that's not talking about them fake Israelis over there in the land today. That's talking about you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans. You Israelites. Okay? Give me that one in Romans 9 and 1. These people don't know what Israelite is. That's because they haven't read the Bible. Israelite is in the Bible. Okay? Jew is just a very blanket and broad statement. That's why it's used so much. Because those that don't do research won't know what's going on. Go on. It's the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. Right, and that's Paul speaking, okay? For his brethren and kinsmen according to the flesh, okay? Which means that you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and West Africans, you are our brethren and kinsmen, alright? Because we're of the same nationality according to the Bible, alright? We're all Israelites. Go on. Who are Israelites? Who are Israelites? And that's in the Bible. Okay? It's not a made up word. There's no Israelis. Alright? No state of Israel, which was created in 1948, which shows that that's a joke. So that's got nothing to do with the Bible. Okay? Go on. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Who are Israelites, not Israelis. Okay? Because the truth is coming out now that those people aren't the chosen people. And that's why they're taking pages out of certain books and stuff. They're trying to hide their history, trying to hide who they are. Give me a 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Is there more there? Alright. To whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law. Right. To whom pertain the covenant and the glory and the giving of the law. Because the Most High is not being with everyone. He didn't send his son down for everyone. Alright? Those of you that claim you read the Bible would know Matthew 15:24. I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Alright? And then later on, who eagerly calls Jesus Christ said that he's done the work of his Father. So if he's not sent but to save the lost sheep of the house of Israel, why the hell would he be coming down to save the rest of the heathen nations that are around about, the Israelites? He'd be going against his Father's wishes. Thus you can tell that the churches are pushing out madness. Okay? Go on. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises. Basically the service of the Most High means that we're the only ones that can serve the Heavenly Father. Okay, the other nations were not given the laws, the statutes, commandments, the promises and the adoption or the glory. Neither were they given a covenant. Okay, he didn't make a covenant with anybody else but the nation of Israel. Fantastic. Get the where is it? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Get the John 3:61 afterwards. I'm going to break that one down before the 2 Thessalonians. Read that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 7. And it says, remember the days of old.
Right, and that applies to you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Africans. Remember the days of old. Okay, go on.
Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee.
Right. Ask your father or your forefathers, which are your grandparents, and some of you, if you have great-grandparents, of the old past. Go on.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Right, that's fantastic what it's going into. When our God Yahweh divided to the heathen nations their inheritance, go on.
When he separated the son of Adam, he set the bound of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right, so he set the bounds of the heathen nations according to the number of Israelites that the Most High created. Go on.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Right, for the Lord's portion is his people, Israel is the portion of his inheritance, which means that our God created the rest of the heathen nations, but they're not created for the same purpose. Let's find out what their purpose is according to the Bible. Give me Leviticus 25:44. Go on, read that precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Right. Israel, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans, you Israelites are the Most High's inheritance. Not them fake Israelis, okay? Which are Caucasians, they're Amalek according to the Bible, okay? They're just the top tribe. They're the same creatures, they're just the top tribe. Go on, let me go through the 10 and 10. Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 10. But Yahweh is the true power. He is the living power and an everlasting king. At his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide in his indignation. Right, and that shows the terror of the Most High. And so the Bible says what? None of the terror of the Lord will persuade men. Okay? Because not everyone is going to be saved according to the Christian church. Give me that one. Luke 71. Show these Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Africans what they're supposed to be saved from. Because they're damn sure not saved from sin. Because that's a lie. The Bible tells you not what you're supposed to be saved from. But you lot don't read the Bible, so you wouldn't know that anyway. Give me that one. Shows not what they're supposed to be saved from according to the Bible, not according to their pastor. Go on, read them. This is the book of Luke. St. Luke chapter 1 verse 71. Right, note this down. Luke 1 verse 71. The Bible is going to tell you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Africans what you're going to be saved from when you ignorantly call Jesus Christ and set that down. Let me bring it 4 and 6. You start at 68. This is Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed is the Lord power of Israel. No, blessed is Allah. The Lord power of Israel. No, Jesus H. Christ. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel. Right, because Allah in the Hebrew just means power. Alright, it means nothing. It's nothingness. Okay, what's the name? There is none. Okay? If you want to call it something, you can call their god Baal or Molech, because that's what they were worshipping back in that day. That's why they were sacrificing their children in the fire. Alright? But a lot of you wouldn't know that. That's where that suicide bomber thing comes from. Go on.
Also, that's where the crescent moon and the star comes from, okay? That's the crescent moon of the horns of Molech. Okay, just turn on its side. That's the history of the so-called Islam. That's Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people. For he has visited and redeemed his people. So if it says the Lord power of Israel, it means that he's only come to save the Israelites. He's not come to save everyone else. Read on. And has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, which means the lineage, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we shall be saved from our enemies. No, you're going to be saved from sin. We should be saved from our enemies. No, Jesus Christ come down to save you from sin. That we should be saved from our enemy, that you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans should be saved from your enemies. What's the name of that scripture? Once again, please, for these so-called Christians. The book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 71. That we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Right, so the creatures that put you in the Arab slave trade, those so-called Muslims, which are them Arabs, which is Ishmael according to the Bible, that put you for the Arab slave trade, and the Caucasian man, the Hamitic Africans, okay, and the Arabs again, that put you through the transatlantic slave trade, those are your enemies, right? And those are the hand of them that hate you. Read that scripture again. So that when who the world called Jesus Christ returns, and he's cutting his people's tails for them, they can't say that they weren't warned. It's the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people, and has raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. Right, and this is what? New Testament? Okay, that's speaking about Yahushua, because he came from the house of David, the lineage. As he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Okay, because there's nothing new under the earth. Right, and that's what the Bible says what? Seek out the book of the Lord, none of these shall fail. Muhammad, if you're anyone who knows the Quran or has studied the Quran, Muhammad ain't talking about saving the Israelites. Do you understand? So how the hell can he be a holy prophet? He isn't one. He's a false prophet. Okay? That's why the Quran is scattered. Okay? And I have a Quran, so I know what I'm talking about. The Bible says in 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show thyself approved, a workman of the Lord need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay? That's how we're able to obliterate other doctrines. Get me the Acts 5 and 39 afterwards to show the Israelites can't be contended with. Go on. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we shall be saved from our enemies. That you Negro, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Africans should be saved from your enemies, go on, and from the hand of all that hate us, and from the hand of them that hate you. Okay, go on. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us, that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemy, that you being delivered out of the hand of your enemies. That's what the hell you're going to be saved from. Hold that scripture, read Hebrews 4:6. I'll let you finish, but this needs to go in.